He commands his dog to flee. One soldier fires at the dog, but it escapes. Another soldier tries to shoot Korpi, but he swiftly kills him with a knife. Korpi uses his combat skills to eliminate the remaining soldiers one by one, even using one as a shield against bullets. The remaining soldier attempts to attack from behind, but Korpi disarms him and uses his own gun to take him out. Bruno and his troops hear the gunfire and investigate, only to find their soldiers dead and one carrying a piece of gold. Bruno immediately realizes that the elderly man, Korpi, is responsible and begins pursuing him. During the chase, Korpi rides into a minefield laid by the Nazis. Bruno, confident, orders his men not to shoot, laughing at the prospect of the old man blowing himself up. Korpi's horse steps on a mine, causing a massive explosion that severely injures him and kills the horse. Bruno watches as Korpi collects his gold, knowing the old man won't risk the minefield further. But Korpi cleverly throws a stone at another mine, creating a blast to cover his escape. Using the smoke as cover, he evades further attacks. Bruno tries sending soldiers into the minefield, but each one dies in explosions. Realizing Korpi has escaped, Bruno grows furious. He forces two Finnish women to serve as shields for the mines, while Wolf gathers terrified women to the front. Using the radio, Bruno learns from headquarters that Korpi is considered the most dangerous commando of the war, and that pursuing him is essentially courting death. Korpi, meanwhile, hides behind a burned truck, removing bullets from his body and tending to his wounds. His dog watches from a distance. The Nazis arrive with search dogs, and Korpi stealthily cuts the fuel tank of their truck, covering himself with gasoline to mask his scent. Despite being shot in the leg, Korpi fights off his pursuers, eventually using fire and water to escape their line of fire. He fakes his death in the lake by bleeding into the water, tricking the Nazis into thinking he is dead. They send men into the lake to retrieve the gold, only to be killed by Korpi. Korpi then reaches a devastated town and rests at a gas station. He recalls the traumatic memory of losing his family, falling asleep briefly, only to awaken to find his dog has a dynamite strapped to it. He quickly removes it, throwing it away just before it explodes. Korpi is captured by Bruno, who confiscates all his gold except a small piece, planning to execute him. Using sheer willpower and his resourcefulness, Korpi prevents his hanging death by bracing himself with a wooden peg. His loyal dog remains by his side throughout the night. The story begins in Finland, 1944, as World War II was nearing its end. The war was drawing to a close, and soldiers from all nations were returning home. The Nazi forces were also ordered to leave Finland, but even as they retreated, they left destruction in their wake, destroying roads, bridges, and villages along their path. In the dense forests of Finland, we meet Korpi, a commando exhausted by the bloodshed of war. He is done with fighting and longs for a peaceful life. After the war, he retreats into the wilderness, living alone with his loyal dog and horse. One day, while wandering near a river, Korpi notices glimmers of gold in the water. Realizing there must be a gold deposit nearby, he begins digging and gradually unearths a significant stash. The sight of gold brings tears of joy to his eyes. He knows this discovery could change his life. He hides the treasure in his tent, staying awake all night to guard it. The next morning, Korpi packs the gold into a bag, mounts his horse, and sets off, with his dog faithfully following. After several hours of travel, he encounters General Bruno of the Nazi army, advancing with his soldiers. Bruno has a dangerous tank and several Finnish women in tow, whom the soldiers are exploiting.